What's up guys, Pop101 here. Now today I have something very special for you. As you can tell, we have a Glock. But this isn't just any old Glock. This is a ray casting Glock, which lets you shoot enemies from 1 inch away. So without further ado, let's get started. Before I showcase the rest of it, let me just... And you can tell, right where I shot him, he has a bullet hole. But anyways, we have a Glock right here. If we press the spell button and use super duper slow-mo, just take a look. You pull the trigger, plays particles, shoots out a projectile, does an animation, and even shoots out the shell casing directly from this barrel. And if we go back to normal, just take a look. So, this is how it looks. When you hit anything, it plays decals on collision, and it even fakes a bullet shooting out. So the cool part about this gun is that instead of it actually shooting a projectile that needs to hit the creature, like, oh, I don't know, if I get my umbrella mod real quick, instead of shooting a projectile like this, having a bullet bounce off of everything, and even sometimes bounce off an enemy, so you can hit an enemy like that, but if you're this close, oh no, it bounces right off. But if you're right here, notice you will always hit the enemy with raycasting. Raycasting in this mod creates a line from the barrel of this gun directly to whatever it's aiming at. And if it's a creature, it plays the blood sounds, the blood particles, decals, the whole shebang. But as you guys could tell with the umbrella, it does nothing. And we have all of this, and of course, when we shoot a creature, we now have the proper decals. So that is the basics of this mod. Of course, you can shoot creatures, does a little bit of force, makes it realistic, plays the proper sounds, visual effects, everything. When you hit breakables, you can break them automatically. You can knock back the pieces too. There's customizable force. When you shoot things, there's the proper sounds like wood on the handle, metal for hitting this blade, because it just makes sense. When you shoot something, you're going to hear the noise. But anyways, aside from that, you have pulling the trigger, which of course shoots out a single bullet, or if you hold the spell button, yeah, you can just shoot as many times as you want. And if we use this fellow right here, yeah, he gets completely toasted. So, okay, but now we've gone over all the basics. What I'm going to do is spawn in a couple enemies just to stand still for only a minute. We're going to take a look at all the fancy features of this mod, because aside from this being an incredible Glock, it's also a framework that you guys can use to make your very own guns that work shooting any enemy as close as you want. And yeah, while the umbrella gun is cool, when I shoot an enemy, I don't want the bullet to ever bounce off. I want it to actually hit the enemy that I'm aiming at. So, take a look. We have customizable bullet damage, a bullet speed timer, so this is how quickly the bullet hits whatever the location is. So you can add a delay to that. Rapid fire delay is how long it takes when you're holding the spell button for the new bullet to form. So if I do like this, if you hold the spell button, every 1 second it shoots out a projectile. But I'm going to set it back to 1 just because I like how fast that is. Kill on headshot. So if we take a look at this, I'm going to turn it off. Boom. Shot her right in the noggin. And boom. She is absolutely dead. I love the way that this turned out. If you guys do too, let me know in the comment section. But let's take a look. So we have our bullet hit sounds. Just in case you guys don't like these sounds. So you can hear the wood knocking, the sound of hitting the metal, and the sound of hitting the blades. So if you just want to hear the sound of actually shooting out the bullet from the gun, notice you can hit anything and there's no more of those sounds. It's just for those of you that like it. You can always turn it on or off, whatever you want. And something that I'm super excited to showcase, the bullet blood effects. So this makes it very gory, so you can definitely keep it off. But for those of you that want the bit of blood, we have this lady right here, and you know what? I'm actually going to get rid of her. Let's have somebody that's going to chase me. Nope, that's the same exact lady. Okay, so we have a lady coming to attack us with an axe. Well, if we use slow-mo real quick, when the projectile hits her, wherever it hits her, the decals play and she bleeds from. Or, you know, you can just shoot her in the noggin and then she's dead. After a couple seconds, the blood particles stop. Notice blood all over the floor, blood squirting from her body exactly like it should. Super gory, super gruesome, but I think it showcases how powerful this Glock or any of these guns can truly be. Now, of course, if we go to the Glock, we have the Glock laser, so it shows exactly where you're hitting. So if I do this right here, you'll notice it's exactly what you think. If we, oh, I don't know. Let's aim it right at this lady right here, and boom, pull the trigger. You guys see that right in the head. It makes it a little bit easier for those of you that aren't as good at aiming, just like me. This really just helps a ton. They can even be that far away, and then boom, headshot. Or even farther away than that. Let's see if I can hit him. First try. Oh, I missed. There we go, right in the head. Blood particles spawning, decals, it works perfect. But let's say red isn't for you. What if you want an AK or another gun with a different color? Well, we have blue, and you know what, I'm just going to showcase it like this. Green, yellow, magenta, cyan, white, gray, black. These are all the colors, and honestly, this kind of looks badass. I really like the way this looks. Nice. Okay. But I'm going to set this back to red just because I like red the best for this Glock. And then I'm actually going to turn off the laser. Now, this last part, which I really want to showcase, we have the dismember chance. So this is 0 by default. What I'm going to do is actually turn off the blood effects. And I'm going to set this to, I'm going to set it to 50 for now. I'm just going to fight a couple enemies. So whichever part of the enemy you hit has a chance to get dismembered. Come on. Oh, she lost an arm. There we go. Okay, so now what we're going to do, let's set it to 100, and then we can just go ham. Now, I know what you guys are thinking, and my answer is yes. You can shoot off their heads. Not only their heads, but let's take a look. We get rid of her arm. You can shoot off the feet. So if we do that, we can shoot off the legs, shoot off the hands, the elbows, literally everything, turn them into mince meat. It is completely overpowered and the best Glock you'll find. This covers the main features that are publicly customizable. For those of you that want to actually make your own guns that do this, there is a link below where you can get this Glock mod on Nexus Mods, and then in the description there's a little tutorial teaching you how to do it. It's very simple, and I gotta be honest with you guys, who wouldn't want to make their own gun so that you can just bang? And honestly, it doesn't even need to be their head, just shoot them in the chest, shoot them wherever you want, and then boom, he is dead. In the JSON for these weapons, there's also a customization, so you can set it to either normal or alternate. Normal being you pull the trigger, it shoots out the single projectile, and then holding the spell button, rapid fire. Or if you set it to the alternate version, you have spell button, and then trigger. When you hold the trigger, it shoots it out like that. In my case, I think that would be good for an AK-47 or something like that, which I do plan on making at some point in the near future, probably with the green sight. I think that would be cool. On top of that, there's a feature in the JSON, so you guys can check it out. You can actually increase the explosion knockback or the collision knockback and radius. So if you wanted to make a bazooka or something like that, you would literally, oh, I don't know. Let's say that we spawn an enemy. Let's spawn a couple of those guys. Imagine that the Rasen Shuriken was our projectile. You can customize it so on collision, boom, it explodes. So if I was to do something like that, boom, the Rasen Shuriken explosion would have been the explosion. You can customize the visual effects, the sounds, the amount of knockback, the radius of the knockback, literally everything. But I'm actually having a lot of fun with this, so for this next part of the video, just to prepare for 1.0, why don't we go head into the dungeons? This is the Glock and Raycast gun framework showcase, so if you guys like this video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It helps out the channel a ton. Thanks for watching.